The following broadcast may contain explicit language and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the hosts, talent, and guests, and do not reflect the opinions, views, and standards of Pyromedia Enterprises, affiliates, subsidiaries, or its members.
Oh no, this is horrible. What is that? Oh girl, she gotta go. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, because you can be watching this at any time of the day. It is 2/3 of Healthy Him, Ryan Z and
the one and only 11.
Okay, and you are watching the Healthy Him Show. We are here every Tuesday, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay.
You know the vibes.
Okay, and we just want to first thank Pyromedia for always producing us so beautifully. We love you, love you, love you. APLA Health for giving us the jobs we have today, and CDC for bringing the money, because we would not have the jobs we have, nor would we have our program, nor would we have this show. Okay, now let's get into
it.
How you feeling today, girl?
June is like just. It's exhausting. I know y'all live for Pride Month, and we're going to get into all the things prideful today, but working for the LGBT focused organizations, it is exhausting coming off of my second weekend working Pride. As you can hear, my throat is challenged. I'm giving you boy vibes today. I'm off-white hoodie and my sneakers. Like, I'm trying to recuperate. How you feeling?
I feel good. It's a good month. It's still Gemini season.
Child.
I've been going through a lot, but we're going to get into all of that because a lot of it is relative to Pride.
Cancer season is loading.
It is. And
so just keep it cute because your birthday was 3 weeks ago.
A week. But it's still Gemini season. So we got a week till Cancer season.
Wow.
So let us finish strong. But first off, let's just get into what we do here. Now let's give them a Healthy Him overview, y'all. We got our STI testing, our HIV testing, and our monkeypox vaccinations.
Check.
Pop.
Oh, you want a visual? You want a visual for the cool.
For our visual learners out there, because sometimes
But is it gonna be backwards when they see it?
It's not. It shouldn't be. I hope not.
Okay, word.
But yeah, so y'all see, y'all can earn up to $100 for STI, HIV, and monkeypox vaccinations. Don't look at my nails; they need to be redone. If you scan the back of this, you can scan it right now from your phone because you probably watch from your laptop. If you scan right here. Boom, boom. It goes right to our website. You can go to Healthy Him and make you an appointment at any time, okay? Now, they have been booked for a week or two because, we've been doing a lot of outreach at Prides and the girls have been booking.
We got some stuff cooking.
Okay.
We got some stuff cooking.
But, baby, if you make an appointment and get up to $100, you could go to Target and spend so much. You know what I'm saying? So, go do that.
No shade. $100 at Target is not that much. Let's talk about
it. It's not, but
inflation. But you could get a $1,600 off of your card.
It is, wow. And on top of that, if you refer people, that's what we don't mention. When you refer people, exactly, you get $10 to $20. Okay, so refer 10 people, you get $100 additionally. So that's $200 already. That's cute.
The $200, that's a little something.
That is a little something. Okay,
you get some groceries.
Some groceries. You can get
you get some wine.
A cute little comforter set.
Now it's already.
No?
Comforter sets is 200 and up, girl.
Oh, well.
You don't do 100 for a crowd. You gotta do 500 and up. Anyway, you can get a sickening $200 off your tag, baby. I'm here for it. And the sickening thing about the Target is you can apply it as a gift card onto whatever order you have. This thing is over. Also, we have, our groups as always. We have POV Mondays. We're so happy to have Icon Trey Basquiat back in Los Angeles to get the girls whipped up. We also have my brother Byron Juicy Couture, Miyaki Glare, the only Kiki legend on the West Coast, and of course Tunde Juicy Couture, Tishi. We also are having BQT Thursdays 7 to 9 out here, and I really want to get I'm gonna say that we're gonna talk about that later. The Kiki sessions and all the other stuff that we got cooking up for y'all. We are gonna be launching our next testing promotion, which is gonna be for the West Coast Awards Ball, starting from June 19th to August 25th. You can come to out here, get your STI or HIV testing appointment, and we will cover your ticket to the ball. Now, the only caveat is you gotta choose: do you want the Healthy Him checklist or do you want your ball ticket? Because honestly, the ball ticket, no shade, it's really fab. This is gonna be one of the biggest balls the West Coast has ever seen, presented by legendary Dolores Ninja, an icon, mother of the West Coast, divine, gorgeous Gucci. You don't want to miss it.
It is. It's gonna be a ball, literally. Like
now, that Miss thing was fierce.
It's gonna be a ball. But
it's gonna be a ball.
Yes, this BQT this week we are doing a game night with Relatable, our Latinx program. So we're gonna have an open game night. It's gonna be really fun. Tell your peoples, all your Latin and brown friends, if they are a queer man, 18 to 39, they are welcome as long as they are Black and brown, of course.
But as long as what if they identify?
But we also, well, if they identify, then yeah, that works. We can't discriminate against people
if
who
you identify as Black or brown.
Yes, correct.
So if your name is Hannah and you grew up in the hood, you can come.
Hey, as long as you are identify as a Black or brown man, queer man, yes, 1839.
Word.
But we have, you said POV, Thrive is coming back soon, as well as Men's Mountaintop. So they are currently working on that and the revamping of both programs. But
looking forward to it.
Yes. We also have Linkage to Care, as you know. Caleb will be overseeing, or 11, I'm sorry.
Get my name right.
11 will be overseeing.
Because if you call me Caleb, I won't answer.
The Linkage to Care individuals. Okay, we are currently trying to get in the masses. We have gotten a lot of individuals into care. We're continuing to do so.
Let me just say something real quick, because I deal with a lot of data. For the girls that stay on top of their every 3 months coming to get your tests, I salute you. We would love to have you come in. Thank you for being responsible with your sexual health. We don't want to yuck anybody's yum. This is a sex positive environment. But if you are going to engage in sexual activity with multiple intimate partners, it is so imperative that you get your 90-day checkups. And for the girls that I see you doing it, we salute you. We thank you. For the girls that need to do a better job, just set your appointments up. Period. Call the clinic, get on the website, and just snap them out. So you know, boom, 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 4 times a year. I'm out here. I'm gonna see 11 and Ryan and the girls, and they're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna take pictures, and we're gonna make it a fun experience for y'all. Period.
I love that. All right, let's get into today's topic, y'all.
Let's get into the things.
Yeah, baby.
Not to know. I'm trying to figure out why this thing not working, y'all. Y'all know I love my thing. You know what? Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time that we're coming to a conclusion. Okay. Anyways, why so prideful, y'all? Why so prideful? Today we're talking about the do's and don'ts of pride. Okay, we are talking about the hello, y'all. Hey, who's Cupcake 222? Hey,
I love a cupcake.
Okay, hey, girl.
The mug is sitting in the profile pic.
But the do's and don'ts, the history of pride, which you may not know, what we already know. You know, you always got to touch on it because it's very important to our culture
educate the girls
and the community. Okay, and we're gonna talk about the intersectionality of Juneteenth and Pride for those who are both Black and gay, okay, or queer. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. What does pride mean to you, co-host?
You know, I have been queer like for a very long time.
What does queer mean to you? Let's start with that, because the girls be confused.
So for me as a person that has like for the lot, and I'm gonna like dare to say I've been gay for at least like I want to be 27. I've been gay out since like for 20 years. Like the girls always knew I was gonna be a favorite. Okay. I served in GSA since the 6th grade and went from regular member to president, vice president, middle school, high school, all of that. Okay. So I have a lot of experience with the queer community.
We love that.
The LGBT community. That's what it was when I was in middle school. It was just 4 letters. Mm-hmm. Since all the new girls have come out, y'all added more letters, and I thought it was cute for a thing. But now I think it's tired, and we should just go by queer. We're different. We don't fit into the norm. We don't want to be normal. It's other in a fab way. You know what I mean? I think queer has always been cute to me. I've always thought that the term was cute. I know that for some people, they don't like it, the older girls, that's fine. But as we grow and evolve, I think instead of us keep on adding letters, because y'all come up with a new letter every other year, let's just be queer and leave it at that. I controversially feel like we're getting to the point where it's too many labels. Like you want to be a demisexual, a pansexual, a allosexual. Like I don't like all that. It makes it
a demisexual.
Pay it. It's too confusing, right? And as we are living in a time where our rights are being challenged on the daily basis, I really feel like we have to simplify a lot of stuff and make it easier for people to see us as humans. So by ostracizing the people that we ultimately have to come to the table with and come to some type of compromise on how we're going to run this society, I think we should just make it super clear. And I'm not straight. Pay it. Pay the rest. What I do with my intimate partners is none of your business, but I'm queer. What pride means to me is liberation. It means the freedom to outwardly express ourselves. And to go back to my other point and add value, like we're literally living in a generation and a time where we have over 300 plus anti-LGBTQIA plus rights on dockets all over the country. And in a place like California or New York, we cannot take for granted how liberal these states are and how much they allow us to get away with. Like pride, like I was out there with my G-string and my crop top and twirling with the girls, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like that in places like Mississippi and Florida and Tennessee. Like Tennessee has one of the strictest drag bans in the country. So for me, pride, I always think of liberation. I think of joy. And shout out to my gay father, Gerald Garth, who is the president of Christopher Street West, as well as LA Pride, for the best LA Pride that we have ever seen in the history of LA Pride. And fun fact, LA Pride, I don't know if you know this, LA Pride was actually the first permitted pride in the world, which means it was the first pride that a local city government actually approved for them to celebrate and commune as a queer community. So shout out to my father and the team over at LA Pride. I got my heart.
Yes, Quinta was the one who announced it that night, and I was just like, wow, that's a gag. But queer to me means, because I agree, in school, middle school, high school, it was all about LGBT. That was it. As time went on, a lot of letters got added, and it was like, okay, a lot of different identities got added. But with me, it's like when I resonated with some of them, I was like, actually, I am this though. But like after a while, there's so many other things that just didn't make sense. And now we have
I don't mean to Kanye you.
What?
But what is the point of adding, like you can identify, but what is the point of further adding a label to yourself?
That's true, but I feel like it's a better way for someone to understand you.
But they're not going to understand regardless.
I use it to help someone understand rather than saying like, oh, I'm automatically demisexual. I'm like, I usually start off with like, I'm a person who has to have an emotional connection before I have sex with someone. And they're like, oh, what does that mean? Like a demisexual. That's what I'll be like. Like I'll give you a name for it, but I'll tell you what it is first so that you know who I am and how I am.
Like my grandmother said, what's understood don't need to be said.
Hey, sometimes people need to be clarified because sometimes
what you girls be doing be confusing.
Look,
I'm an asexual, still have sex. I'm confused.
Okay, I don't do that. Look,
I'm confused.
I stick to my demisexuality very much so.
So you can be multiple letters. You can be a demisexual who's also a homosexual.
They're two different things. One is like a sexuality, and then another one is like something you identify within your sexuality. So like me, I'm queer, but I'm a queer cisgender Black man who is demisexual.
We're demisexual. All right, moving on.
Okay. Queer. No. I ain't talking about what queer meant. So queer to me is different because to me it means like you are outside of the norm to some degree. Because I feel like if you identify as a lesbian, you're L, G, gay, bi, bisexual, B, like T, trans, like that is within the norm.
Next week, let's talk about transgender identity because I have a lot to say and a lot I want to unpack. We need to bring in a transgender person.
Oh, I love that. I don't think we actually did that. Well, we did. We did with Lucky. We could do a trans woman perspective because we did trans men. But yeah, queer to me, when I say I'm queer, it basically means like I don't just want a cisgender man because when you're gay, you just like cisgender men. I'm attracted to trans women. I'm attracted to trans men. I'm attracted to non-binary individuals. Some of them are fine. So to me, that makes sense, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what makes me queer. Now, what pride means to me, as you said, liberation, but I feel like it means a statement. like it gives a statement. It gives, okay, I am here. I'm queer, so I'm brand. But I am just here and I'm present and I am important. Like we are important. And it makes me so happy when I get to see people just be their best selves, knowing that like we are able to live in this identity that we have when other people are not in other places, like you said. And then we're coming up, well, not even coming up, we are on the anniversary within yesterday and today of the Pulse nightclub situation in Florida. That happened a long time ago. Yes.
So, it was not that long ago.
It wasn't at all. So it's just like.
What year is it, like 7 years? I want to say it happened.
It's been a while.
Comment, let us know in the comments if we said it right. I think it was like 2016, 17.
Maybe, yeah. But it's just, we don't have that, thank God. Not gonna please. Okay.
No, because if you come up to WeHo with all of that mess, you're going to get jumped.
Yeah, and I feel like WeHo is more protected than that one club.
It's a lot of police presence out there.
Yeah, that was one club that was isolated in Florida. But like, yeah, WeHo is like hella different clubs. So it's just like, baby. But you just never know sometimes. So we just got to be aware of your surroundings. But we will get to the do's and don'ts when we get to that. But you said, what? Haven't had any bad experiences? Yes, I have. You want to go first?
I'm going to let you go first. Because you showed it. Let's go.
So, Pride 2018.
You was a kid and you was what?
That was
you was
so
22?
I was 21, I think, actually.
Oh shit.
I think that was my first year being 21.
Your first year being 21? How many years have you been 21?
5. Oh wait, no, I was 22. You're right. Look, I'm trying to be younger. Like, I'm getting too close to 30.
Oh, please.
I was 22. But okay, Pride 2018, it was really cute. It was really fun.
Where you at?
I was I was by myself actually, which was not good. Never
What
go by
city?
myself. I was here. I was
in
in LA. Yeah.
Okay, work.
So I was in front of the chapel / Abbey for those who know LA.
Was it so? This was still when it was LA Pride.
Yes.
Okay, work.
Uh-huh.
Context is very important.
It is, yes, because we have Pride in LA.
Is this the kid that Queen Latifah was the headliner?
Who?
Queen Latifah.
I don't even remember who's headlining.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, I don't know. Mm-mm. All I know is I was by myself. I was already drunk. And I saw these two girls. They were black. I was like, y'all dope as fuck. And they was like, you look cute as fuck. And I was like, thank you, boo. And they had this blunt. And at the time, I just started smoking not too long ago. So I was like, oh, can I have it? Like, hit it. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I hit it. And like, I went into a panic attack. Like, I don't know what was in their blunt. It wasn't giving normal weed.
You smoked the lace blunt from somebody at Pride.
Let me finish.
You lucky wasn't my child.
So
I would have whooped his ass.
Ashton said, for my queer, it's like an umbrella term instead of saying the whole acronym every time or saying I'm straight, black, transgender woman. Wait, huh? You understand that?
I do.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you elaborate.
Work, Miss Ashton. It makes perfect sense. She's saying the same thing that I'm saying.
Okay.
And instead of breaking down all of the nuances of the letters and all the modifiers and all of that, she just says, I'm a queer woman. Work.
Okay, cute. Okay, because I was like, did I read that too fast? Okay, but yeah, so basically I hit the blunt. I was going through it. I basically told them to call the police, call it like emergency ambulance. I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. I don't know what's in that. They was like, yo, he's tripping, da-da. And I was like, no, like, I was like, can I come with y'all? Like, and they was just like, no, somebody coming to get you. And I was like, oh my God, no, they not. I'm by myself. So I ended up calling this guy I was talking to at the time. And then he made me feel so bad because he's like, you just want attention. Like, you made me come all the way out here doing Pride to get you, but you want attention. And I was just like, no, I'm actually like going through it right now. Like mentally, like you're not helping the situation. So I cut him off that night and I ended up standing in front of the Starbucks for my other friends to come. And I got home safely. And that was just a night for me to remember. And I woke up at 3 a.m. like, what the fuck happened? Never again. So never go to Pride by yourself and never take drugs from people you don't know. That was pretty much it for me.
There's so much that I want to say, but I'm gonna pay it. I actually haven't really had a bad experience at Pride. Like I said, I've been gay for a long ass time.
Talk about the good experience.
I was getting to that this thing.
Okay.
Before my father got heavily involved with LA Pride, like a decade ago, Long Beach Pride was where the girls was at. My favorite Long Beach Pride, I want to say, was Long Beach Pride 2012 or 2013. That was headlined by Fantasia Barrino and Kelly Rowland. Oh my God, I was a kid and I was like maybe 15 or 16. My mother at the time was like a minister. I had just finished conversion therapy. I was like, this thing is not working. I'm done. And I had lied and told her that I was going to a prayer group or something with my class. I think I said I was going to a study group. And I had told her that I was going to a study group and I'll be back later that night or whatever. And she was like, well, as long as you're studying, work. This thing, I had found some cute little rainbow booty shorts. I had a little fresh cut crop top. They didn't tell me I needed money though. It was my first Pride. They didn't tell me I needed money. But I went there. We finagled my way in. I entered into a twerk contest, won $100.
Okay.
Stayed for Fantasia. She took the gays to church with have you ever, what's that song? Lose to Win. This thing, it was fab. And that was like the first time I like was in a really big, boisterous, like queer environment. And I just felt free and I felt seen and I got drunk caboodles and
at 15.
This fucking thing. Don't act like you wasn't Miss. This is my daughter. I get to read her.
I was on at 15.
So I mean, it's a part of life, you know. It is what it is. I hate when people try to act like the kittens is not cutting up because, like,
that's true.
Y'all was cutting up when y'all was kittens. Let's not do this. But no, I really have always loved Pride. Next year, I'm speaking into existence. I'll be booked to perform my music nationally and internationally for Pride. That's always been a dream of mine to perform for my community because I love my community. But yeah, moving on. Question number 3, why is Pride so big and how many have you been to? Okay, so I went to Pride 2012, 2013, 2014.
LA?
Between LA and Long Beach.
Okay.
I went to Pride 17, 18, 19. I went to the Pride March in 2020. I paid 21. I went to 22 because I was working and I was working 23.
Okay.
So I'm an expert on Pride. What's good? What you want? What do you want to know? I would say why is it so big? I think here's the thing about queer culture and how much it feeds pop culture that I think people gotta understand. It really is like a pendulum swing. Because the more visibility we have, the more like bigger corporations and companies see that they have to cater to the subsection of the population that is queer. But it also inspires more hate and resentment from the straight community that feels like y'all contaminating us with this gay shit. And every year it's more and more gay shit. No, every year there are more and more people that have come to terms with their sexuality and want to live out loud, want to see their lives depicted and reflected in the media that they pay for and consume. So Pride gets bigger and bigger because there's more swaths of people that want to come. And honestly, it'd be a lot of straight people that be at Pride. Yeah. Straight people love the gay shit. Mm-hmm. They just, you know,
the
allies, curious, confused, like they love to be around the gays. But I'm gonna just jump to one do's and don'ts. If you are a cisgender white woman and you come to Pride, do not come up to a black butch queen and say, yes, queen, because you will get your ass read.
I agree. I definitely agree on that one. I don't even know how many I've been to. Between Baltimore and LA.
I want to go to DC Pride.
DC Pride is lit. And DC.
Sexy, sad. The niggas be out hard.
Yeah, I don't say that. I don't know. It's okay. But yes, DC is nice. I've been to DC at least 3 times. But that's near my home. So I'm just like, I want to be somewhere else. I want to go to Atlanta. Like, ooh, that's Atlanta, where I want to.
Atlanta Pride is in September.
It is. It's during Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
You know, they be on.
No, my gay mother's father is a bishop of Vision Cathedral.
Oh, come on.
Shout out OC Allen. They actually are one of the main producers for Atlanta Black Pride, and I would love to go this year because it's over COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We should do a Black Pride tour.
That would be cute. I would love to do that. Okay, yes, Atlanta is on the list though. I don't know how many I've been to. I'm not about to count them because it's too many. But Pride is, I feel like it's so big because everybody, or like we just said, there's so many different identities now. So like everybody identifies as something within the community. It's like, oh, you're a lesbian, or you're gay, you're bisexual, you're trans, oh, you're queer, oh, you're intersexual. Like you're asexual.
I will say, because y'all know I love my femme queens and them queens and trans men and everything in between. I do think that we need to find more ways to really celebrate our trans individuals during Pride, and not just as performers, but that carry for me. But not just as performers, but like really involved in the programming, really have a seat at the table, really, more trans specific products and resources for them, because the next question is, what's some history people don't know about Pride and the gay liberation movement, ballroom and everything? Let's start about our trans sisters.
Exactly.
Marsha P. Johnson was credited as being the person that threw the first brick at Stonewall, which in turn led the following year as an anniversary of that riot and act of resistance, started Pride. A lot of people don't know this.
Let's get into what they don't know.
But this is why, I'm gonna break down a lot of queer history in a real quick amount of time.
We love that.
Judy Garland was the real first openly supportive queer icon for the gay community back in the 40s, 50s, up and into her death. In the 60s. When did she die? I think she died in the 60s or whatever. The day that Stonewall happened actually coincided with Judy Garland's death. So all these gay people and queer people and trans people came to Stonewall to mourn their icon. So it was already like they felt like they had lost a part of their community. So when the police came to antagonize and instigate and try to be violent towards them, they have really had enough. Just the power in that speaks volumes to me and resonates with me. But I don't know if we really say it as much anymore, but for decades, when people would say, "That's my Judy," it was a direct reference and homage to Judy Garland, who was like the first patron saint of the queer community.
That's my good Judy. Yeah. Makes sense.
I haven't heard somebody say that in years.
Really? I heard it like last week.
Were they old?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't hear really people saying they say that's my sus, that's my ace, that's my bitch,
that's
Judy. But R.I.P. Judy Garland. We love everything that you did for the queer community. When being called queer was definitely not a compliment.
And let's not forget about Miss Sylvia Rivera. Okay.
Work Sylvia Rivera.
Black and brown trans women exist.
Oh, and the progenitor of ballroom, Crystal Abeja.
Come on.
If you ever want to see it, to me, is a riveting documentary called The Queen that came out in 1968. It's about a pageant of drag performers and trans women. Crystal Abeja and other Black competitors were forced to basically wear whiteface in order to compete in these pageants, right? So you're already in an underground environment. You're in a space where, y'all the least of the least, but there's still racism and colorism in this space. And there was a young lady who Crystal felt like was given the win at this pageant because she was a white girl with blonde hair, and Crystal was over. And in the film, you can see people saying, are you showing your color? Basically saying you're being, and she, from that moment, left that pageant circuit and was credited as founding the first house in the House of Ballroom community. And we would not have ballroom without Crystal Abeja. And for the first, I want to say 10 to 15 years, men were not allowed to compete in ballroom. It was for drag performers and trans women. The reason why we have femme queen and butch queen in ballroom is for the first 15 years, it was the femme queens, the female performers, the female illusionists, the trans women. And when they finally allowed cisgender gay men to perform, we took on butch queens to honor our progenitors. So the more you know.
We love that. And I think LaBeijas are making a comeback on the West Coast. So, they coming out, y'all. Y'all want to see them. They're going to be here. But without further ado, we are about to get into a commercial break, and we'll be back right after this.
Toodles.
Are you in need of a quick and easy way to know your HIV status? Swab and Chill is a discreet way to learn your status in the comfort of your own home. The process gives you results in 20 minutes. Swab the upper gums, swab the lower gums, and voila! Simply follow the colorful step-by-step instructions located inside the kit. Or call APLA and we can assist you virtually. In addition, all kits include condoms and lube for that penetrative fun. For our trans clients, we have Swab and Chill Plus, a customizable kit for trans-specific needs. And we haven't forgotten about COVID either. All kits include personal protection gear, like face masks, comfortable yet stylish. A personal touch tool for dealing with those germ-infested handles and ATM keypads. Wet wipes for those little messes that need cleaning up. Also, keep that summer body protected with Swab and Chill sunscreen. And don't forget about our fanny packs for those quick trips to the store. All this can be yours. Simply call Swab and Chill at 323-329-9713 or email us at swabandchill@apla.org. We would love for you to be part of our Swab and Chill family.
Come swab and chill with us!
And we are back. With a hit.
Yes, welcome back to the Healthy Ham Show.
Okay.
We were just leaving off talking about pride and what it means to us and all that it gives. You had a question for the audience. What was it giving?
So I did have a question for the audience. Those who are watching, what is your favorite pride? If you have been to a pride, if you haven't, what's keeping you from going to it? We will get into that later because we'll give you some advice about that. But what has been your favorite pride? That's the main question. So for those who are watching, while we're talking, just pop that in the comments and we'll see what that is. So we can see like what's the gauge of everybody. Like, you know, where have you been? Have you been in LA? Have you been in Long Beach? Have you been somewhere else? San Francisco? Wherever you are in the world, what has been your New York City? Where? Come on, Kwame. New York City Pride was cute. I have gone twice. I forgot about that.
I gotta go next year.
Yeah, but it was raining when I went, so I paid it.
Because New York City Pride, I think, coincides with like one of the biggest balls in ballroom, which is latex.
That's true.
So I might have to go.
That is true.
Tip out with my Migaki Nuclear girls.
Come on. New York was it was raining when I went. So I'm just like, I can't remember how, like.
Oh, not the rain on my parade.
Was I happy or not? I don't think I was really happy. I was just like, because I was naked too. So I was like, oh, it's raining. I hate it.
Oh, you was up there.
But I was, of course. But yeah, this weekend, y'all, I was on the LA Pride float for APLA Health, and I was right in the dead center in front. So everybody saw me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm on the news. It was so cute. So if y'all see me on the news, send me a screenshot or something. I want to see it. But we're about to get into the do's and don'ts of Pride. So why y'all
Did you make me a copy of this?
We can both read it. It's part of what I did last time. So one of the do's goes with what I said about my story. Go with people you trust, okay? Whether it is a group of just one other person, 2 people, or 3 people. You trust them, y'all good, that's your group, period. And do not split up. And do not go to the bathroom by yourself if you feel weird, okay? If you feel like, oh, somebody might touch me, try to rape me, I'm drunk, I don't know how to feel, make sure somebody go in there with you. Not in the actual stall, but like, you know, it's like out by the door, like when you walk out, so you ain't gotta worry about nothing happening. Like, not just leave your friend on the dance floor and just let them go to the freaking bathroom by themselves. That's not okay. But yeah, you got one?
I'm gonna let you do this. I'm gonna do the don'ts.
Okay, period. Because I have some don'ts as well. Watch out your surroundings, of course, as much as possible, and have fun. Obviously, you're still there to have fun. It's all about having fun, but watch your surroundings because you don't know what could happen. It could be a fight next to you about to go off. You don't know what's going on. Somebody might have a weapon that we don't want to discuss right now. But you just like, you know, you just never know what's gonna pop off. So always be aware of surroundings. And people be stealing. That's one thing.
True to
you gotta be. Look, I got my phone stolen, y'all, at WeHo Pride. And it was stolen.
Did you lose it?
It was stolen. It was in my bag, y'all. Literally locked in my bag.
I was with you. You was a little tipsy.
Look, no. Why you lying? I was with Myra Malik, who also works here, Ace, and everybody else. So it was in my bag, And I kept
Is your
feeling
bag
people
behind
touching
you?
my bag. No, it was next to me. It was like this.
If you have a bag, you gotta put it in front of you so you can keep your eyes on it all the time.
I feel it, but it was around my body, next to me.
When I wear my crossbody bags, it's always right here.
I feel it. But it was across my body and it was next to me. I felt it. I was like, it's heavy, cool. I was walking and I was good. When I got outside, I felt it had been flipped up. And I was like, wait, my bag feels so light. I looked in it, was gone. I was like, oh, whoever that was, she was a slick bitch. I ain't gonna even lie. She was real slick. I wouldn't be mad at it. I'd be like, you got me, girl. I was like, look, you ran my pockets. She did it. She did a good job. Because last time I checked, look, I looked where my phone was like 2 days after once I got my new phone. It said my other phone was in, what is it called? Northridge. I was like, she got up there real quick because baby, she was like, I got your phone, I'm leaving.
You mark your stolen?
Huh?
You mark your stolen?
I just erased everything, so they just turned it off. They can't even use it if they wanted to.
So you mark your stolen?
Yeah, pretty much. Break prep or protection if needed, because you'll know what you go get into and come douched if you pants and get it done. Or come clean, wipe your areas and everything.
I mean, some people's in the smut, but we're not gonna get nobody's young.
This is true. Some people like that, but if you're topping, make sure it's not no odor down here. And then if you're bottoming,
some people like that. We're not gonna get anybody's young.
That's true, but
do what you're prepared to do.
Exactly. There we go.
That's how you create a sex positive environment.
Correct. I like that. I personally, there we go. That's what I was trying to get through. I personally don't like that. So if you are trying to fornicate with me, please be.
This wasn't about you. This is about the kids.
Just make sure it's no odor down there, whether front or back, because I like both.
The Gemini is showing.
But yeah, pre-game to save money always, okay, because we do not want to be buying drinks at the bar.
But to play devil's advocate, we also want to support our local vendors that are coming out to support the queer community. So
get one or
do
two
what your pockets can afford.
Like that. But I say for me,
don't go broke on Pride.
Exactly.
Because it's like 8 of them.
Exactly.
Pay your checks out.
That part. And you can go real quick because they they surcharge on Pride. So it's you're sitting there okay, I'm getting all these drinks all night. It's you should have just pregame, got a drink or two at the bar, and then you would have been fine. Easily. Bless you. Uber if possible, because parking is horrible and they be ticketing and towing. So
taxing. Exactly.
So make sure. Oh yeah, I paid $40 for LA Pride. Crazy. And I'm not getting refunded, so I'm kind of hurt about it, but it's okay. They didn't give me a refund. They didn't give me a receipt. It was a guy who was just you want to park in my lot? Yeah.
You always ask for a refund.
I know, but he didn't.
You should have demanded a receipt.
I'm gonna talk about it. What's the name tomorrow? But cover your drinks when left unattended. Okay.
You shouldn't leave your drinks unattended.
Never leave them unattended. Always cover them with a paper towel, even if it's your friend. Look, your friend might be just as drunk as you, girl. You tell me to watch your drink. I can't even watch my own damn drink. So look, just be watch my drink. And if you say watch my drink, put a thing over it and then be like, girl, look, I watch it, but hopefully nothing happened to it. I'm gonna stand right here and watch it. With me, usually I'll put a thing over it, even when somebody say watch my food, because I hate people just leave their food out. That's nasty. I put a paper towel over it or something, and then I just sit and I would literally sit there and watch it, especially when I'm drunk. But sometimes you can't trust everybody. Everybody's not me. So sometimes it's ooh, you could leave and it could be your friend who try to plot on you and put something up in there. So
let that hurt go.
Be careful. Just be careful.
Let that hurt
I'm
go.
just saying, be careful. And always eat full meals before you go out, especially when you know you're gonna be drinking heavily. Full.
Because your Baltimore accent is coming out.
It is. You're right. Always eat full meals before you go out because.
Wait, that contradicted what you said earlier because you told the girls to come do. So if they eat a full meal and they digest it.
No, it's called what's the name? What's that called?
Eat some bread.
No, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. It's the pill you take. The vitamin.
Are you talking about what is it called?
I can't remember.
It's on black and blue bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It's something men. Pure men.
Pure for men. Yeah.
Pure for men.
Exactly.
I didn't like it.
Look, it works.
It didn't work for me.
It works. You
I
can
didn't
eat
like
all
it.
you want, and then you just and then be like, okay, done, ready.
I didn't
you
like
still be
it.
Full. So look, and I learned my lesson. I tried to eat a chicken wing and 2 couple fries, and go out and turn up and drink, and I ended up throwing up and on the side somewhere dying. So don't be me. Make sure you eat a lot.
Know your limits.
And then on your limits, exactly.
Don't be
And
a sloppy girl.
True, could never do that. I don't want that.
We're ready for my don'ts?
And take a BC, okay? Take a BC.
We're not doctors. We can't prescribe medication.
We cannot, but like take some type of something that you know will not have you hungover. Even if you go home, take a Tylenol, whatever you need to do, have it ready to be prepared. Because one thing about me, I take a BC and I'm like, all right, I'm good because I'm not about to wake up with no hangover. Okay.
Talk to your doctor about what medications might work for you.
Correct. Share your location with your friends because it's too much going on. We all screaming outside talking about where you at? Where is you at? Girl, it's everybody outside at Pride. You can't hear me. I can't hear you. I'm in the club. Like, look at my freaking phone because right now I cannot hear you. Hey, anyway, know where I'm at. And then last but not least, bring a charger. Okay. We do not have time for nobody's phone to be dying because then you can't find your friends. Literally, they don't know who you are. They can't call you and you just lost, especially if y'all don't have a meetup spot. So bring a charger. Find a place where you can charge your phone, even if it's just to get like 10%, or 11%. Enough to call a friend and be like, I'm here, I'm staying here, come get me, period. Now,
and for your don'ts, so I spoke about some of them earlier. If you're an ally, don't like come into the scene or come into the space and act like you own the place. That really grinds my gears. Don't drive under the influence, Uber, or have a designated driver, or find you a sober friend. Mine is Byron Miyake Glare.
Okay.
Love the fact that he doesn't drink, so I can get shit-faced wasted, and I know he's gonna have my keys.
Uncle be driving a little crazy, but yes.
You're not gonna do my brother. You're not gonna do my brother.
I've been in the car with him. We was both drunk.
He be tired sometimes. That's it. But if that breathalyzer go, we good.
That's true.
Don't accept drugs and drinks from strangers. That's late. I don't know how she let this happen to her. Like, no,
it was two black women who was chilling.
No, because all skin folk ain't kin folk. That's true. You gotta have better discernment than that. And it could have been laced. You could have smoked meth on him. This thing.
I don't know what I smoked.
Let's talk about that offline because I'm mortified. Don't go beyond your limits. Don't go beyond your limits. It's supposed to be fun, but if if you're out there trying to get fucked up to not deal with your issues or deal with your trauma, baby, go see the therapist. Don't come to Pride and cut up because I've seen a couple of girls thought that they were fab and did a lot at Pride and got their asses tore up. Don't be that girl. Don't be the girl that's falling down in the club. Don't be the girl that's falling down on the pavement and slap her and knock her teeth out because she didn't have 18. Don't do that. And don't be a Debbie Downer. Nobody wants to be around, and just life in general, wants to be around the depressed girlfriends. Don't come and complain about your feet hurting all night and just being a fierce bitch. Like, come with a good attitude, see the performances, enjoy the lunch, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the menses, and get your life. And that's our healthy him do's and don'ts for Pride. I
would say don't.
You had your moment to do your dues. Don't over.
But we can add more.
We're moving on to the next segment.
I feel like don't expect too much.
But that's a principle for life in general.
Yeah,
expectations are preconceived disappointment.
This is true. That was a good one.
How does the intersectionality play a part in the community's Pride experience?
I feel like us being both Black and gay/queer, a lot of times we try to look for ourselves everywhere. I think when I go to certain prides, I'm like, damn, there's a lot of white people here, or there's a lot of non-Black people here. And I'm like, okay, well, inclusivity, let's have fun, woo, woo, woo. But then I'll be like, okay, where the Black people at? Like, what are we doing? Where are we at? And it's like, why do we always have to wait till Black Pride to actually celebrate us and our experience as Black gay individuals? That's what I don't like. I think that's what affects our experience because then we're sitting here waiting to have that experience with our fellow, Black people. And it's like, okay, well, when I'm gonna turn out with my queens, and we gotta have certain clubs we go to on certain nights. We have that problem now. It's like we can only go to one club on this night, and then we go to this club on this night, and we know we'll be there. But any other night you go there, we're not there. It's like, oh, it's just everybody else. It's their night always, every day. But yeah, I think it impacts us because it's like we don't feel like we really have a safe space, which is why we have BQT. But we'll get into that later.
I think our generation, and we talk about this all the time with Dante Morrison, Dr. Dante Morrison.
Hello.
Our generation kind of missed the bus on the unity of the Black queer experience. And it's unfortunate. They used to have like the Pride at the Beach for many, many years. It was most recently depicted on the last season of Noah's Ark, where it was like this huge beach function at Pride and a whole bunch of Black, queer, trans people just intermixing and mingling. I think to be Black and queer or to be brown and queer is a very specific experience that drives a lot of the culture. So we wouldn't have a lot of our queer lingo without Black and brown queer culture, but it's not always brought to the forefront of these festivals and festivities, which is why LA Pride, bringing artists like Mariah Carey and Meg Thee Stallion, was so prolific, because it was like, we are going to say thank you to the Black and brown community with headliners that we know are going to bring you out and make you feel seen and make you feel celebrated. Because for years, it was the Black and brown folks at the small stages. They never really went out of their way to get artists like us, which is why back when Long Beach was at its zenith, did the same thing, and it worked, and it brought out our community. Long Beach has kind of pivoted to more of a Spanish-leaning audience, and has left a lot of the Black community feeling displaced and not like there's a space to celebrate us, especially with the downfall of the specific Black Pride. But people like Joe, Garth, and Brandon Anthony coming together and saluting our heroes in our community, I'm hopeful for what the next evolution of Black Pride is going to be, and excited to see how the spaces we operate in this, intersection continue to evolve into the future.
I agree. I just hate that we also have to wait till the end of July.
Ooh, I got big feet. I'm sorry.
We have to wait till the end of July to celebrate Black Pride. It's the end of June?
Mm-hmm.
I thought in July. Okay.
Black Pride weekend is June 29th through the 3rd.
Okay, great. So never mind. I still hate that it goes into July, because it's like it should be in June during Juneteenth. But it's cool. I guess we
got Juneteenth, so let's not.
I know that's horrible, but regardless, Black Pride should always be in June because it's Pride Month. It's been Pride Month since been Pride Month.
But that's not necessarily true. Again, their Pride. We gotta break out of this idea that we can only celebrate our queer identities in June.
Oh no, we can do it every day.
So if it goes from June to July, who the fuck cares?
That's true.
Like, it's the fact that we have the ability and the space and the freedom and the infrastructure to be able to do it. Like, Atlanta celebrates their Pride in September. Vegas celebrates their Pride in May. Like, whatever space we have to occupy and take up and celebrate ourselves and honor those of us that didn't make it, the lives lost, honor the people that are living with HIV and AIDS, honor our ancestors that have gotten us here, but also acknowledge the fight that we still have to go through arts, music, services, vendors, and a fun experience. Let's do it. Let's not complain about it. Oh, and not fun. Because I actually hate that. Like, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent. Everyone knows I'm a ballroom girl. I love Legendary down. But what HBO did to Legendary in its last season was really criminal. They dropped the entire season within the month of June. Like, as if queer content only matters in the month of June. You see all these companies and these corporations really excited to hire all of these queer artists from May to June, but 90% of the rest of the year, they're not booked. No, queer people, and specifically Black and brown queer people, offer so much to culture. I cannot stress this enough. We're the hairstylists, the makeup artists, the designers, the dancers, the choreographers, the performers, the writers, like for decades and decades and decades. We are the magic behind entertainment. We are the magic behind commerce. We are the magic behind every major industry. And yet we only get highlighted for 30 days. No, I say every state should have its own Pride Month.
They do, for the most part.
No, most of them are celebrated in June. That's where all of the corporate dollars really go. That's where all of the outreach and it's all in June.
That's true. It's all a marketing strategy. But no, I was saying more so it's just the Black Pride. Like, that's what irritates me, is like the Black portion of it when it comes to intersectionality.
Okay, so what you want to have in February?
No, ew, because we can talk about that. February is only 28 days.
Okay, so
we need a longer month. We need a longer year. So
I actually, if we're really gonna break this down, I think the idea that celebrating Black and queer people for only one month out of the year is absolute crazy. And instead of us breaking out of this box, now every subgroup gets their own month where they're celebrated. Like Asian Americans get AAPI month, which is in May, and Hispanic Heritage Month is only in October. As minorities, the fact that we are accepting them, relegating us and our contributions to society to only 1 month so that they can hawk a bunch of specialized bullshit to us is insane. When if every minority were to band together and do a boycott of these corporations for those 30 days, they wouldn't have a company. True. That's true. So I love Pride. I love that we have a space to celebrate us, but also I'm not a person that's going to tap dance for watermelons and act like it is the full breadth or experience of being Black or being queer when I'm Black and queer 365 days of the year. Period. That part. And we should have the corporate donors to put on balls and put on events and stuff that is going to impact our community. We should have trans people that are in advertisements and on commercials running 365 days a year. Gay people don't just pop out in June.
I mean, a lot more do, but we hear every day.
Gay people do not just pop out in June.
They be real excited.
But here's the flip side of that. Because a lot of people only feel safe to come out in June, it allows the cisgender heteronormative society to continue to regulate and force people into these boxes that horribly impacts their mental health. That's true. I spoke to a young lady at Pride who lives in Moreno Valley, and she said they have no LGBT centers. They have no resources. They have no things outside their community and have to drive over an hour and a half in June just to feel like they can experience their queer identity. That's deplorable. So for 11 months out of the year, this young lady has to basically assimilate to white culture and has no other means to express themselves. And then she has to squeeze it all into 8 hours at Pride. No, ma'am. That's crazy. Gay people contribute too much to culture. And hopefully I would like to see a world where we don't need Pride.
I feel that.
I would like to see where it's just commonplace, where every music festival highlights queer artists. So we don't have to just have these Pride festivals, which is the only time these queer artists are going to be booked.
It's capitalism, in my opinion, because the fact
it's deeper than capitalism.
Though. It is a lot deeper than capitalism, but like everyone is profiting off of not just Black people, but queer people in general. And that's what annoys me, because even though LA Pride was beautiful, it gave me gay Coachella. Like it was a gay Coachella. Like it was literally a huge ass field of hella people all over the place. It was different venues. It was all the other stuff. Everybody just taking your money and just being like, okay, well here we have this performance, we have this, we have a whole lineup. It's just like, wow. And I remember when Pride used to be free. Now we have to pay to celebrate ourselves. That's insane. And on top of that, we have to pay these large amounts of money to celebrate ourselves.
But I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I also have the inside tea. Okay. Christopher Street West, which is the production company that produces LA Pride, is a nonprofit organization. The money that they raise through ticket sales and like the food, the alcohol, none of that goes to LA Pride. That goes to those specific vendors who are coming to provide a service to make the experience mean the most to the people. The money that's collected for ticket sales is really production costs. Like there's if you think about a lot of the multimillionaire and billionaire donors that they had in early years, like the Liz Taylors and stuff like that, they're not signing over checks to sponsor these events no more. And it has become a business.
That's sad too.
It has become a business. We're not going to mince words about that. But it is still to provide a safe space. While this is the current societal norm, it is to provide a safe space for queer people to be celebrated and to have fun. And currently in America, there's nowhere you can go for free.
That's true. That's sad. Except in your bed. Well,
That ain't
you gotta
even
pay for
free.
that.
You gotta
Yeah,
pay
you
for
gotta
your
pay for rent. Okay.
You gotta buy your pillows, buy your bed. A good one at that.
Well, we go outside for free.
Baby, you can't go outside for free either.
Yeah, I can walk right outside, and they're like gonna charge me to breathe some fresh
Baby,
air.
don't stay there too long because you're gonna get a lawyer and ticket.
I'm screaming. That is true. Dang, that's crazy. Well, we are coming to the end of our show, and as you
It's
know,
a fun show, no shame.
we end every show with an advice portion. So today, what advice would you give our viewers who are interested in attending their first Pride but are not sure what to do or where to start?
I would say find a friend who is gonna be a good time, who you really like, gets you up and makes you feel free and makes you feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a lineup that you like. Go see artists that you like really get into, and go get naked and run through the street and frolic and be as gay as you want to.
Okay. I would say go to a city you haven't been to, like try something new.
If you can afford it.
Yes, if you can afford it, please. Because look, like no one talks about Seattle, but I went to Seattle for my birthday because I was like, let's just put up my bucket list. I want to go to every state at least once. And it was actually really fun. And I had a really good time. And I had a lot of good experiences, I'll say. But yeah, go to a place you haven't been. Try something new. And I think Pride is the one time you can genuinely just be you. I feel like you can try to be you every day and there may still be some like lashback or anything, but I feel like at Pride is when you can genuinely be you and not give a fuck. Okay? Because people may feel how they feel, but like no one's gonna genuinely say nothing to your face. And if they do, punch them in the throat. But
We're not advocating violence in any way.
You're right. But still, like, just go. Have fun. Be you.
Be who you wanna be.
Okay, wear that makeup, wear that wig, wear that skirt, wear that crop top, wear that whatever.
But no shit can go wigs. Like if you're gonna get a Party City wig, put some dry shampoo in it. Don't make sure it's not extra shiny. Like present your best self when you walk out the house. Cause some of y'all, look, I see y'all at Pride, and it looks like you don't have any friends that love you.
Oh, I'm screaming.
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I would say, because I have my own Angela, she's a wig. But that's my girl, okay? And people be thinking that's my real hair, and I live for it. Because, like, I'd be like, yeah, I grew this in 7 years. But if you look at my Instagram, one day I got it on, another day I don't. So it's like, oh, shit, it's nice hair. Duh. But I will make you think it is, and that's all that matters. Because I'm living in my truth, and I will fool you to thinking this is the authentic me because it is in that moment. In that moment, that is my real hair. This took 7 years to grow. But after that, when I go home, I'm taking it right the fuck off and I'm going to sleep. And that's period. But without further ado, we will see y'all for the next 2 shows. Healthy Him will be coming to an end in 2 weeks. So we'll be saying our goodbyes, but these next 2 episodes are dedicated to having fun, getting out the last information you can give. I cannot. We will see you soon. It's Rising and 11 saying bye.
If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Pyromedia Network's YouTube channel for more awesome content. Plus, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss when we go live or upload new videos. Visit pyromedianetwork.com today, not just to check out our incredible roster of talented creatives, but also to gain access to exclusive bonus material available only to our Pyro fam. Show your support for this Black-owned indie network by donating today. Help us keep igniting brands everywhere.